Okay, you guys, camera stopped. Didn't know the camera stopped. We're going to make this round two or something. I don't know. But I'm going to continue talking. I'm not going to stop because I want to get up to the part of my testimony to why I turned away from, tarot. Okay. So it was like I was Jesus, new age, whatever. And then back to Jesus pretty much. Okay. I was never really not a child of God. I am his child. Point blank, period. Okay? I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But facts, I'm his child. I am not no devil child. When I find out this stuff, y'all, it is not truth. It is not truth. I don't care how you look at it, how you put it, because it tells you something. I don't care. It is not. Only this is truth. But we're going to get into that. Back to where I was. So yeah, God ended up, when I say I dedicated my life to him and he blessed me. So y'all, I want to say this too. The difference between this blessing, when they say law of attraction, manifest things on, you can manifest stuff on your own. You got the power to do this and that, and anything, take God out of it. That stuff comes with a price. What I mean by that, I'm not saying it don't work. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that it's gonna leave you depressed. It's gonna leave you stressing. It's gonna leave you confused. It's gonna leave you lacking. It's gonna leave your family falling apart. It's gonna leave your life going in destruction, your life falling apart, things not working out for you. And no matter how you seek something else, seek something else, seek something else, you are still gonna be craving for something more. See, God, he stopped that craving. He fills you up, okay? He is the truth. His word is the truth. Truth is all here. Truth is this word, okay? Bottom line, if we seeking truth in tarot reading, seeking truth in this new age, this law of attraction mess, this I'm sorry to call it mess, y'all. I'm just being honest, y'all. It's exactly what it is. It is Satan's way of tricking us, of fooling us, giving us a little something, but there's a price that has to be paid at the end of it. And I want you guys to know, if you don't pay that price, your kids gonna pay that price. Your family member gonna pay that price. Your mother gonna pay that price. Your father gonna pay that price. Somebody around you is gonna pay that price for that new house you want, that new car you got, that new, somebody else is gonna pay that price for you. Do you hear me? If you're not paying that price yourself, going through depression, going through your life falling apart, the devil takes over your mind. The devil, I don't care what your intentions are. I do not care. I'm telling you, at the end of the day, you are gonna lose something. It is gonna lead you to destruction. The Bible say the sin brings upon death. It brings you to death. It brings you to destruction. That's exactly what this is. Anything that takes you away from God. God say, I am a jealous God. God say that he should be first. He say, seek me with all your heart, and I will add all of those things that you are seeking unto you. Okay, seek me with all your heart and all your mind, all your soul, everything about you should be focused on me. Okay, and if it's not, see, the devil, this new age stuff, take the mind off of God and it puts it on yourself. No, listen to that. Read this right here. I just read it. Oh Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. Now, if this is Jeremiah 23. Is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. You cannot guide your life the way you want it. It's not supposed to be in you. And then when I search Proverbs 6:1, 20 and 24, look what I get. Like, anyways, I wrote it down. Look, Proverbs 1 say, the preparation of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Belong to man, but it's from God. Okay? The preparation of your heart in man. Okay? Your heart is your heart and the answer of your tongue. What you say, this is how God know you. He seeks your heart first. He know what's in your heart. What you speak is from the Lord, but it belongs to man. It belongs to you. Your heart and what you speak, of course, it belongs to you, but it is from the Lord. It is God's. God gave it to you. God gave you this heart and he gave you these words. He give you your voice pretty much. But it is from the Lord, but it belongs to you. It belongs to man. It belongs to man. But what? It is from the Lord. Okay? So, with that being said, oh Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself, is not in your heart. You couldn't understand the plans that God have for you. You couldn't speak of the plans that God have for you. It all comes from the Lord, but it belongs to you, belong to man. Yeah. 20 Proverbs 20:24. A man's goings are the Lord. How can a man, how can a man, how can a man understand his own way, his own steps? How can you understand your own steps? You can't. How can you walk? How can it say, is it not in man that walketh to direct his steps? How can you understand your own steps when it comes from the Lord? It comes from God. It comes from God. So what I want to say to that is that no matter what we do as individuals, know that you can't change what God has planned for you. You can choose hell or you can choose heaven, and that's through your actions. That's through what you do. And that's also through your heart. God seek your heart. He knows what's in your heart. He knows what's in man's heart. And man show what's in their heart by the way they speak it. All of us, I did tarot. That was in my heart at the time, okay? I was trying to guide my own step. I was trying to do what I wanted to do. I thought I was helping people, but come to find out I wasn't helping. Anyways, let me go back into my story. Anything that takes your mind from God is not of God. You hear me? And if God made us, he made this universe. He made us. He made everything about this world. Why would you bite the hand that feeds you? That's exactly what you do. You're biting the hand that feeds you. God says right here, his word is true. Oh Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. It's not in man. And then Jeremiah 11 is Jeremiah saying, God is telling him, the word that comes to Jeremiah from the Lord, come from the Lord and saying, hear ye the word of the covenant, and speak unto man of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say, die unto them, thus saith the Lord of Israel. Cursed be the man that obey not the word of this covenant. Cursed. We are cursed when we're not obeying God's word. First of all, we cannot know the way of man is not in himself. So why is this new age stuff telling us, oh, you have the power within you? You have, yeah, you do, but anything that's done without God is not of God. And there is only one God. If you're not reading his word, he say study to show yourself approved. If you're not reading anything that's not of this, that you're not doing, is not of God. And God even say that everyone, this is his heart. Whoa, this is Jeremiah 19. Woe is me from my heart. My wound is grievous. But I said, truly, this is a grief, and I must bear it. God said he got to bear this grief. The grief of his people turning away from him. My tabernacle is spoiled. His people is spoiled. And all of my cards are broken. They have broken all connection to me. My children are gone forth of me. And they are not. There is none to stretch forth my tent anymore, and to set up my curtains. There is none that's living for me. There is none that's in my word. There is none that's really telling people about me. There is none that's living for me. God say he's grievous. He's hurt. He say he hurt. He's hurt. Jeremiah 19, God is saying he is hurt. He feel grief because his children have turned so far away from him. Come on, people. Anything that we're doing without God is not of God. It's a trick. It's a trick from Satan. It is all a trick. Yeah, there are ways that look right unto man, but it is a sin to God. It is sending them straight to hell, straight to be with their Father. You're leading God. You're leading the way that Satan wants you to go. That's who you're going to go be with. Your children, it is not the way of God, is all I want to say. God said, my children have turned so far away from me. None of them set up my tent and my curtains anymore. Okay? Back to my story. So, with that being said, God was blessing me. He was seriously blessing me. My life was dedicated to him. I used to read my word all the time. People would come to me, want me to pray for them. I would get people in church. I was doing so much for God. I was his child. And I stood on it. He told me, I told him if he got me out of that my life was his, and I dedicated my life to him. But it was only for 2 years. And then I ran because people gave me, they would be like seeking me like I'm God. I'm not God. I'm just a willing vessel. But I ran from that. People kept me so busy. I ran. I regret it to this day. Don't get it twisted. I regret it. And anyway, so I moved away once again. I moved away. And this little guy, I moved to be closer to him, but I didn't want to be in the same town as him. So I moved, I was going to move a town away from him, but this town I was trying to move to, numbers I was seeking, it would always be the same town as him. I don't know. I guess I was meant to be in that town because this is where I met my husband. I left that. I stopped talking to that guy because I had to. Like, I found out he was married. Like, I'm not doing a married man. I didn't want that on me. Okay? He didn't want to. He say they were separated. I don't know. I don't care. You're married. Okay? And he cried. He didn't want me to leave once again. Bless their little hearts. Stop playing them games. But these people gonna look at these videos and know who they are. Bless their hearts. Anyways, so I just didn't want to be the type that breaks up a marriage. I didn't want to be no the woman destroy a marriage. I didn't know if they was together or not, but the fact was I found out he was married, and I cut through that. I can't do anything like that. He didn't want to, but we had to. Okay, I had to. Okay, I wanted to get married one day. I wanted my own person. I wanted my own man. I didn't want that to come back on me, karma to come back on me that you was sleeping with a married man. No, no, baby, I gotta let you go. Sorry, you gotta cut though. But besides that, I moved to this town. I found these men. I cut that. So I'm single, living single, whatever, right? When I moved to this town, I wasn't going to church as often. I wasn't in it. This anyway, slowly but surely, this got me back into the world, right? Bam. Okay. So I ended up meeting my husband now. I met someone before him, but that didn't work out. So I ended up meeting my husband. Oh my God, when these guys look at these videos. Oh my God, this video. If anybody watching, I don't know. I'm gonna post it though, okay? So I ended up meeting my husband, and it was like meeting him, it was just different. Oh my God. Why I'm smiling. Okay. Okay, hold on. Take the smile off my face. But anyway, meeting him was just something different. Have you ever heard like love first sight? I really think I felt that with him. Like off the bat, it was just so, I was so drawn to him. And it was like vice versa. Like chemistry was crazy. It was like I looked at him and I knew he was going to be a part of my journey, a part of my story, a part of me. I just knew that from meeting him. Like I just knew it, right? It was something I just knew. And I won't lie, like 4 days of us knowing each other, he asked me to marry him. I start to run. I say, see, you crazy for real, But 3 years later, we did get married, okay? But I had to get to know him. I wasn't gonna do enough of that, like for real. I had to get to know him. But I guess that's why God kept sending me right there to meet him, because I ended up meeting him, and oh my God, y'all, it's been hard. Woo! Gotta play Ursha and tell you it's been hard. You know what I'm saying? It's been crazy, but we got married. We've been sticking it out, and we just growing together. We learning together. We growing together. We both was, oh my God, he was young, y'all. By the way, too, he young, and yeah, it's been a long road. That's all I can say. But anyways, so when I first, like in the first beginning of us getting together, I say about 4 months. Like he didn't move in. Like for real, we moved fast. It was like we just knew. Okay, I'm sorry, but we just knew. Okay, but wow. Of us meeting like one night, I was the life I live. You would never know that I knew anything about God. But I would always talk to him about God. But I mean, seriously, living for God, because I wasn't going to church or anything at that time. And so what had happened was one night I just broke down, boohooing, crying, begging God to forgive me, because Satan had told me that God wouldn't take me back. Okay, seriously, he don't want you. You turned your back on him. He'll never take you. And one night God was just telling me that was a lie. He said, that's a lie. He said it was a lie. And I got up out the bed and I hit my knees on the floor and I got down and I started crying like no tomorrow, y'all. When I say boo on, oh my God, you would have thought I just, this example, you would have thought I just got a phone call saying my mama just died or something. You would have thought I just got a phone. I don't want to play like that, but y'all, I'm not playing. I'm saying it was that emotional. Or you would have thought I got a phone call said one of my kids just passed away. Like for real, it was so emotional. I dropped down to the ground and I was crying and couldn't stop crying. I just got out. I rebuke all that in the name of Jesus. I'm just giving examples in the mighty name of Jesus. But let me tell you, I was crying so hard. Crying. And my husband was just looking at it. He wasn't my husband at the time, but he was just looking at me like he couldn't understand what was wrong. He didn't know my past life, before him. And he was just looking at me. He didn't leave or nothing. I'm like, this dude don't even know me like that. He don't even know me like that. He gonna think I'm crazy. But I ain't care. I told him, you can get out the room. Just leave me here. Like, I just cried. And he did not understand. I was telling God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry, God, that I turned my back on you, that I turned away from the church, that I did. I just didn't understand it. I didn't know why people was just seeking me so hard. It wasn't me, God. I didn't want that on my back. Like, it was, oh God, it was you, God. I was just a willing vessel to you. And they was giving me too much credit, God, and I couldn't understand. And I boo. And my husband was like, baby, you okay? No, just leave me here. Leave me here. I booed for hours and hours and hours, crying out to God, crying out to God. I promise you I did. Okay. I did that. But then after that, I still didn't change my ways. I still didn't change my life. Period. Like, for real. What I mean by that is I'm with my husband, of course. Yes, but what I mean by that is that I still didn't dedicate my life to God like I should have. Okay. God was still in the back front. You know, he wasn't the head. He wasn't first in my life. Okay. So live on. Me and my husband had a lot of ups and downs. A lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? That's gonna be another story. Fast forward. Fast forward. Okay. Um, one night, this is what turned me from that new age stuff. Cause I was like dedicating my life to this stuff, you know. I was always very confident. Me and my husband end up moving out of town, going to Colorado to live. And Colorado didn't sit well with me. I told him I'm not staying, I'm leaving. But Colorado is where I got into tarot on the cuckoo, right? I I don't really know if I should speak on it, but this is my truth. I found this thing on YouTube. Like, my husband, he have a different belief than I do, and he believe in all these different gods and all this stuff. And he used to talk to me about it, and I used to be so, you know, persistent on, no, there's only one God. There's one God. There's this, that. I don't believe in none of that stuff. I don't read none of that stuff. None of that. Like, I don't get into none of that, is what I was saying. And in Colorado, I don't know what made me listen to him. I don't know. And I'm not putting nothing on him. Oh, this is my fault. This is my life. I got to answer. I got to go for this, right? But one day, I said, let me open my mind to it. Because, like, why be so closed? I was like, why be so closed off? And I was closed off because my pastor told me, don't get into nothing other than this King James Bible here. Y'all see, I'm back at it. Yes, God say, go back to the old. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Okay. I don't knock any experience I have experienced in my life. Let me tell you, it was all for his glory. And I don't care what nobody gotta say. You can call me backstab. You call me whatever you want to call me. I really don't care, honestly. It's only one judge for me, and that is my King, Almighty God, Lord Jesus Christ. That is who judging me. I don't care what man got to say about me, because we all live in this path. We all trying to figure it out. We all trying to work it out. And nobody's perfect, okay? But anyways, long story short, I got into, he was saying, we was having a conversation, and I'm like, why be so closed off? Let me try to at least understand what he's saying, okay? Let me try to at least understand, because I was so shut off. Like, I wasn't trying to hear anything he had to say, you know. So I know that made him feel, no, I wasn't trying to hear it, honestly. But in Colorado, we went through so much. I was like, you know what? Let me try to understand. Try, at least. This is when he started changing also, you know, experiencing, actually, for him growth. Like, he used to be so angry, so frustrated, so this, so that. Like, it was so much. Me and him both, I picked up on the anger. I started giving him anger. He give me anger, I give him anger. It was just so much. We've been through so much together. That's all I gotta say. This is one thing I gotta say too. We got married. We married 3 years later. We got married. So we stick out whatever we go through. A lot of people give up. A lot of people divorce. But let me tell you something. You bring God in the mix. That's going to be a whole nother story too. Okay. When you bring God in the mix, God is not giving up on your marriage. Okay. He favors marriage. Okay. You put God in the mix. Pray for each other. If you say you're going to change, if you say you're going to do something, put your best foot forward and change, make it work. Do what you got to do to keep your marriage together. Okay. Devil come to kill, steal, and destroy. You heard me? Destroy marriages, to kill marriage, to kill off people, to steal your thoughts, steal your mind, steal your heart, steal your soul. He come to steal. Okay. Anyways, so I listen. I say, okay, let me stop being so close. I tried to open my mind to what his religion, what he, had going on. And to this day, I knew better, but I did. Okay. So once I got into it, I said, okay, maybe he got a point. So I started investigating what he was saying, and I would come across all kind of stuff. One day I came across, I don't even know if I want to say it because I don't want to give it that much energy. But it was one of the books, I give you this, it was one of the books that was taken out of the Bible, right? It was one of the books that's not in the Bible. It was taken out. And I read it and I read it and I wrote it down and I wrote everything down about it and I wrote everything down about it. But listening to this was telling us how we have power. Okay, so literally it took the power from God, but it was telling us how we have the ability to do this and do that, like manifest things in our life, and it's the stuff that you guys do, right? Tarot for us, tarot go. And all kind of law of attraction and even this just having power on your own to do your life the way you want to do your life, putting all this power in you, all on you, right? So one thing about God is we have free will. He will not force us. He is not like Satan. He won't trick us. He won't force us. He won't come in through a little crack door you left open. None of that. You have to open your heart to him. You have to fully come to him. You have to call on him with all your heart. You have to seek him for yourself. Okay? The devil will sneak. He will get in any little crap in any little crack in any he can get through. Okay? That's the difference. Okay? And his truths are half truth. It is not full truth. God is the full truth. Okay? God is truth. Bottom line. The truth, the light, and the way. He is the truth. He is the way. He is the truth. Okay? If we're ever seeking that, God is the truth. All right. So, oh my God. So I found something that was saying all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I have. It say before you go into it, you might get a little frustrated because it goes against everything that you know. But me nosy, okay, let me see. Let me know. And oh my God, I went into it blindly. I won't lie. I went into it. It was so interesting. I would read up everything. I wrote down everything, the whole chapter, everything in a tablet. I lied to you guys not. I go to sleep. I stayed up on. I'm reading. I'm into it. I sit it on my table. The next morning I woke up. It was something I wrote in ink. It was something. It was something that spilled all over it. That was like oily something. And it went through every page I wrote. And it stopped at the page that didn't have nothing written on it. And so I didn't really get into it because I couldn't get into it anymore because I woke up, I'm asking my husband, I'm like, who weighs something on this? Who da 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 da? You know, whole time it was God trying to prevent me from really getting into this stuff. So days go by, I start sleeping. I get even more interested in it because now I'm like, I'm in my dream, you guys. I'm telling y'all my truth, okay? In my dreams, I start seeing things that I never ever seen before in my life. I'm seeing, oh my God. Um, mm, I'm trying to sleep. I'm seeing all this light. It was like dark angels, light angels. I'm seeing a battle. I'm seeing people fight. I'm seeing angels battling. I'm seeing black wings. I'm seeing white wings. I'm seeing all type of flashes, lights just coming, like a battle is really going on, you guys. And I can't sleep nights. I can't sleep. I'm up. All of a sudden, my energy, things are just not right now, okay? And I still push myself to get into tarot. Now I'm in tarot. Now I'm so interested because it say your mind would not be the same. And my mind was not the same. It started opening like crazy things. Oh my God. I'm hearing things in the walls. I'm hearing things. I'm hearing things all night. Walk like we in the highest building on like the fourth floor, and I think it was no other floor on top of us, but in this roof I would hear all type of stuff if it's things walking. Like I couldn't sleep at night, period. But this is where it starts. So I started picking up tarot. I started getting into it, and it was like reading that turned me fully from God in any type of way, like honestly, no lie. And then I started looking into tarot. I started looking up tarot. I said, well, maybe I did something wrong. Come to find out, yeah, I listened to a Scorpio at that time that was saying, hey, you got into something, you don't know what you was doing. So I started looking at ways to bless my tarot cards, bless them, and pray over them, and cleanse them, and all that, and this and that. But anyway, I didn't stop tarot. I started getting into it even more, even more, you know. Now, I get the nerves to even start a channel. Like, I just went in, you guys. Like, seriously, I just went in. And, oh my God, I just went in. It was no God, no more, you guys. Like, what I mean by that is I was not giving God any of my time. How I would give God my time is I was like, no, I don't want to just do tarot. I want to bring God in the mix. I want to help someone. I want to help people. So this is what I'm saying. So I started looking up Jesus cards and this and that. And I won't lie, I burnt all of that due to the fact that it's your intent. But secondly, beside that, I don't care what your intent is. It is idle. God say you should not idols anything. Okay, all we need was his word. That is it. So I'm like, I don't want to be doing this in the wrong way. So I would pray before my tarot. I had got into the saging and all that evil spirits going. Like I'm praying as light and love and all this coming to readings and all. Yeah, I did it all. Okay, and I would meditate, and my focus was really just starting this business, getting this business up. That was my whole focus. My focus was I'm meditating for tarot. I'm meditating to open my third eye. I'm meditating to see. I'm meditating, and y'all, I would see all types of things. I even levitated one time. Like I even was meditating so hard that I left my body. Okay, I look back at my body. Oh my God, the stories. Like I really got into this. And I'm thinking the whole time that I'm doing the right thing, and I'm just opening myself to, I didn't know I was opening myself to even more demons or more evil stuff. But my life started turning upside down. Do you hear me? Let me tell you guys something. What God has for you is pure. He will give it to you out of love. The devil will make you think he's giving it to you out of love. But there's a price. My life started going down the drain. Do you hear me? There is a price for this stuff. And I'm telling y'all, whoever can hear my voice, if you are a tarot card reader, I will throw that stuff out. I burnt all mine. I'm not gonna lie. I burnt every piece of. I will throw that stuff. Them ooh, crystals and I had it all. I'm telling you, I burnt all that stuff because let me tell y'all what happened. So besides me starting the channel, anybody that followed my channel, they knew, for some reason I couldn't never get it off the ground like I wanted to. But in all, it was God keeping me. No lie. I told enough people about this devilish stuff. And God, I have been a child of God from gate. Like I am his child. And I turned away doing something that I shouldn't have been doing. Okay. Honestly, you guys. And let me tell you something. I was talking to my husband one night and he would always tell me, like, all you think about is your cars. Like, I literally lost my family focusing on these cars. These cars was everything all day, all 20, it took me straight from God. Like, I would try to throw God in my readings, but to be honest with you, I wasn't living God. I wasn't spending no time with God. I wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? God, and the things that God was showing me when I did throw him in my readings, it was all about him. He was giving me signs of this is not it. This is not it, my child. You know what I'm saying? Like he was giving me some, I was just overlooking all the signs. I was overlooking my focus on getting my business off the ground, getting this started, getting it. No, 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 no. Do you hear me? No. Okay. But anyways, I'm going to tell you what woke me up though. So